Hi, friends. Welcome to Moms and Money, where we talk about making money, managing money, and saving money for the women in the household. Hey, girlfriends. How have y'all been? It's been a crazy world. It's been crazy. It's for me personally, it's been a crazy year, not in a good way, but just in a crazy way. And the world seems to be on fire all the time. So if your personal world is on fire, this is me giving you a personal hug and letting you know that it'll be okay. But today what we're going to talk about is this really great grocery saving, money saving hack that I've been doing lately that has really been helping me save a lot of money when it comes to groceries. Now, this is what I do. I live in the United States, and so for my international friends, prayerfully it's better for you with your groceries. But here in the United States, the grocery prices have been just astronomical. As a matter of fact, not just grocery prices, just prices in general. Prices are rising so fast that actually the stores and the people who work at the stores, they can't even keep up with the rising prices. So it may be one tag, may say one thing, and then they have to cross it out and put something else or put a sticker on top of it. People are posting more and more about this, especially at Walmart and Target, where you'll see like a pair of pajama pants. And on the tag, it's either cut off. Walmart will cut off the bottom part that has the number on it of how much it is and put, a new label, sticker on the label that makes it increase by $5, sometimes $10, sometimes $20 more. Okay? It's crazy how much things are going up. And we're seeing the same thing with grocery prices as well. So it's, and if you don't have the increased income to match, it can really be a strain on a lot of families here in the United States, especially large families who buy in bulk. As someone who loves Costco, I love Costco, and I still do love Costco, but Costco's gotten expensive too. I'm starting to see like where the average price of things were around $9.99. On average, you can get a big bag of something for $9.99 at Costco. Okay, but what I'm starting to see is now that $9.99 has turned into $12.99, and $12.99 that adds up. And you may say, "Oh, it's only $3, Gia," but percentage-wise, that's like what, a 30% increase? More than that. Let's see, how big of an increase is that? Yeah, that's a 30% increase. So just imagine, we don't get 30% increases in raises, every year. We're lucky to get 3%, 5% if you're really, really lucky. And bonuses are like unheard of. We have to find ways to save, okay? And so this is a way that I've found that saves me a lot of money. First of all, I stopped going to Costco as much. That was my number one thing. I stopped going to Costco as much, Sam's Club, all the big bulk stores as much, because I started to find that the sales at my local Publix and Kroger, those are my local grocery stores. Now, depending on where you live in the United States, you got to choose your local grocery stores. I know up north it's like ShopRite, Harris Teeter's, I think that's in the Carolinas. So again, it depends on what your local grocery store is. Now I do still shop at Aldi. Aldi's gone up a little bit, not quite as much as the other stores, but I do shop at Aldi from time to time. But primarily I do this hack with Publix and Kroger. Okay, so the number one tip, like I said, is I'm just not going to the big bulk stores as much. I'm limiting myself by going there. And I'm only getting certain things like meat, butter, meat, I really just ground beef. I stopped getting chicken from Costco because the chicken just started tasting weird. So I do get my ground beef from Costco. I get my butter from Costco. I get my heavy cream from Costco. Those are my three staples, and maybe some juice. Okay. Well, first of all, the Kerrygold butter, that was my thing. I loved Kerrygold butter, but Kerrygold butter is like almost $20 now. And like, who's spending that? So anyway, I digress. So that's the number one thing. Don't go to the big box stores as much. Number two is I incorporated ChatGPT to help me figure out which stores have the best sales. Okay. So instead of me, every store has an app now. So you got to look at every store, look at the sales prices, look at the coupons, clip them, pretty much compare, because they all sell the same thing. So now you got to price compare. And that's like a lot of work that I just don't have the time to do. Couponing is all digital now, but it's like I said, you have to take the time to like find the sales, clip the coupons. I don't have the time to do that. But what does have the time to do that is ChatGPT. So what I do is I put a prompt into ChatGPT to tell me what are the best sales for that week. And the prompt looks something like this. Okay, so here's what my prompt looks like. Please act as my grocery shopping specialist and compare sales prices for items that are on sale at both Publix and Kroger. Please incorporate coupons with the sales items. Please make a list of all the items I should purchase based off the sales at each store. Here is the website for Publix. Here is the website for Kroger. So you got to make sure that you go onto your grocery store's website and put your local store, whatever your local store is in, and then copy and paste that link into here. And let me know if you guys want to see any more prompts or anything regarding ChatGPT or any AI in the comments, okay? So this is what it spit back at me. It said, I took a look at current offers from Publix and Kroger and compared what I found because some of the coupon matchups are regional or depend on loyalty digital coupon in the comments, okay? So this is what it spit back at me. It said, I took a look at current offers from Publix and Kroger and compared what I found because some of the coupon matchups are regional or depend on loyalty digital coupon availability. I picked items that seem strong sales plus likely coupons. If you want me to check the specific zip code, I can narrow more. Here's what I found and what I'd recommend buying from each store. So here you have it, right? So it put everything on there for Kroger and Publix, which is amazing. Then it asked, and it made a suggested shopping list for me. Move it down. Then it said at the bottom, if you like, I can build a detailed spreadsheet for your local Kroger or Publix so you can see exact matching coupons, pricing, and decide which stores gives you more value per item basis. Do you want me to do that? I am going to type yes for it to create something like that for me. And then the next steps, I'll show you the next steps. So that's what it looks like in ChatGPT. And when I type yes, it creates a table for me that I can either put in Excel, but what I like to do is I like to use a website called Notion, which is somewhere where you can build your own databases. And it's just so fun for a nerd like me who loves Excel. And also you can just create plain lists. It's free to use. If you don't like Notion, actually the Reminders app in your phone has a grocery list feature where it will put you put your grocery list in there and then it'll sort it based on category. And so it'll put like produce, meat, snacks, sauces, and then it has a little check mark next to it. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. You see that? This is an old list that I had in here. I love it. So you can use that. If you are an Apple user, you're not an Apple user, you can use a website called, or an app called Google Keep. It's free. If you have a Google account, it's free, or a Gmail account, it's free to use, and you can put all your lists in there. I still use that. And then I share the list with my husband so that he can go in and look to see what we need from Publix, to see what we need from Kroger, to see what we need from Costco or Sam's Club. Every list is based on the store, and I share it with him. And we just, anytime throughout the day, or if I'm walking around my house and I realize and remember that I need something, I add it to the list. And then both of us look and correspond to that list based on our needs, and we'll just pick it up as we go. But this has saved me so much money, okay, and time, because I'm not just going to the big bulk store and just assuming that it's the cheapest price and buying it that way. The BOGOs, which are buy one, get one at Publix, it's sometimes they're really worth it because you could stack coupons, digital coupons on that. And then also some of the sales at Kroger's a little different. They, like, if you have to buy 5 of certain things throughout the store to get it at a lower price, but it's all different types of things. You'll see a tag that says buy 5 and save an extra $1 or an extra 50 cents or whatever. And typically it's all around the same kind of things that you buy, but I make sure to just buy all 5 so I can get that extra mega savings. But honestly, that's saved me quite a bit over these last few months. Now I can't I can't quantify it and put a number on it, but I can definitely tell that I'm not spending as much, because every time I would go to Costco or Sam's Club and just get everything I need, I would get the cereal, I would get the juice, I would get the paper plates. I would get the meat or sauces, spices, anything. I'm spending a good upwards of $200, $250 to $300, and that adds up. Even if you just go once a month, that adds up. Whereas you may not get as much going to Kroger or Kroger or Publix, but you're spending less money. Like sometimes you just don't have a $300 to spend at a Costco on a Costco shopping trip. Maybe you only want to spend about $75, $50. You can get everything that you need at those stores. Now, when you look at it price per ounce, it's, like I said, sometimes a lot cheaper to just get it on sale at Publix or Kroger, just to reduce the cost a little bit. So, that's pretty much my tip. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working so nicely. Like I said, I can organize it in Notion. I do it once a week, and then also you can have ChatGPT make yourself a whole meal plan, and maybe we'll talk about that in the next video. But leave a comment down below and let me know, how are you guys doing? Have you noticed the increase in prices for groceries? And what are you doing to combat that? Leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.